No, I can never get enough, never get enough, I can never get enough, never get enough, I can never get enough, I can never get enough, I can never get enough, but it's why for life, I can never get enough, never get enough, I can never get enough, never get enough, I can never get enough, I can never get enough, I can never get enough, but it's why for life, got money up the asshole. Welcome, American people, to Keeping It Real and Peep Game TV. I'm your man, Shadi Ali, aka SRD, with my man Jay Sean, aka Mr. F Love, on this Thursday, May 7th. All right. So, like we started off, we know you could have been anywhere, but we're thankful and grateful that you chose to spend some time with us today. So, with that being said, let's get to it, my brother.
Yeah. Another every day we here is another good day and we got a purpose to be here.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah. Every day is another chance to make a difference in your life.
Yeah.
You know?
Or in
So
somebody else's life.
absolutely.
You know, that's how I feel, changing my life and somebody else's life. You know.
Well, that's what it's about. If you could change your life and ultimately, you'll put yourself in a position to be able to change somebody else's life.
Yep. True. Yeah. Most
So
definitely, man. With so much going on in the world today, it's I could easily see how some people could lose focus on, the bigger picture. You really gotta stay focused and grind. You can't never stop grinding. The moment you stop grinding is the moment you fall back. You know what I mean? And it's like you don't got time to fall back no more. Like you gotta do your thing 7 days a week or shoot for the prize 7 days a week. You know.
yeah, well, it's something called residual money. That's
Yeah.
that's that's what you want to get to, where things is residual. Most of us are, you know, what's up, family? Most of us are in the pursuit of being able to make money. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
each and everybody's goal. So if you could get to a point where you actually can have money being made, then you do have that time to take a rest, take a break, because you got that residual money coming in.
Yeah.
Until you get that, then I can dig it. You got to stay on the grind, stay innovative,
Make money while
stay
you
creative.
sleep. Make money while you sleeping.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are plenty of people who are doing that, making
Yeah.
money while they sleep. They sit, they riding around making money. That's why back in the day, from the distribution business back in the day, it used to be like that. I
Yeah.
could ride around and no money is being made. So all that did was set me up to a mindset that, okay, I'm doing it with this particular product at the time that America deems illegal. Now all I have to do is switch the product up to something legal and still get the same results, where I can ride around and still be making money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the goal. So that's ultimately, what each of us want. Everybody watching want to be able to do that. It's just a matter of figuring out how to make that happen.
Yep.
All right, brother. So let's get into it, man. It's your turn to ask me, and they not in order. So look at the number. They not in order.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you can look at the number.
Um,
Go by the number, not the order, because the order is a little different.
I got you. I got you. Um, I gotta move this a little bit. Okay, this got something to do with um the city I'm living in and the city you from, or if we was both born and raised in. Put it like that. Um, do you think that black people in Patterson are doing all that they can do to improve their community?
I think some people are doing everything that they could think of to do, not knowing that there's another route that people could be going. I think when people run for like councilmen, you know, things of that nature, when they run for political seats, that's them attempting to do what they can for their community.
Mm-hmm.
However, for us in Patterson, it doesn't seem to be working too well. It appears that you get people in office and they're limited to what they can do. I My suggestion would be, you know, for those who are adamant about change, really start getting connected with people in your neighborhood like you used to. You know what I mean? Putting together neighborhood watches. You know what I mean? Putting together neighborhood funds where ultimately you start the neighborhood funds and each neighborhood start to get together in the city, and then you create a city fund where now you're coming with some money to the city and an idea of what you want from the city. I think you would probably get more done if people started operating from those premises. You know what I mean? Because now you have money and you have an idea and you have a number of people who are believing in this idea and pursuing this idea. And I think, you know, too many times it'll go, well, man, you can't, who you gonna trust with the money? Put the money in a bank. You know what I mean? Put the money in a bank with 3 to 4 people that you deem trustworthy that would be able to, you know, pull the money out. But I think that's the thing because we all have our, as you say, our things that we like to do. Some people like to get them a bottle every Friday, go out. You know what I mean? Some people like to get them an ounce of weed. Some people like to play the picket. Some people like to get their hair and nails done. Some people like to get brand new sneakers. We all have our little vices that we like to spend money on. And if we really want to change our communities, then my opinion, I think we need to put some of that money towards uh, neighborhood houses or recreation centers for the children and things of that nature. Stuff that can really help the community. That's my opinion. What's yours? What you think?
Um, um, well, I'm trying to I'm dissecting the question because you said do I think that black people in Patterson are doing everything that they can to improve the community? I don't think so. Like, to me, it's a big fat no.
Okay,
Because see, most of the time I like to answer stuff from what I see, like
absolutely.
not what I heard somebody say, if somebody told me, that's hearsay. I like to go by what I see. And for the city of Patterson, we talking about for the
Yeah,
people
right.
on here. Everybody know Patterson is a city in New Jersey. In case somebody don't really know, um, it was a time when black people was doing everything in Patterson, I think, to improve their community. Now, it is black people now who are doing everything to improve the community too. I just think it's different levels to it. And what they call that, the gatekeepers.
Mhm.
Uh, I think that the gatekeepers were different. What I mean, and not only let's take the gatekeepers out and forget about that. Strike that. Strike the gatekeepers. Let's talk about togetherness. I don't think that the black people in Patterson are um supporting each other enough to help the community. You might have somebody over here that's trying to do this and somebody over there that's trying to do that. And see, I don't believe in all that ward stuff. This person got the third ward and this person got the first ward and that person got the fifth ward. See, I don't believe in all that. I believe it should be all of them together as a group. Everything is one ward. Everybody come together and everybody clean up the city together. Because I think that ward thing is just like some kind of just another game that people play. Or I got this ward and you got that ward. Well, what about if this person is a criminal that's doing the first ward, and the person in the second ward is 100% dedicated from the heart, and then you got the third person, maybe they just doing it for spotlight and fame. Then you got somebody else in the fourth ward, they might just be doing it for prestigious points of view and namesake. And then you might got another person in another ward just doing it from the heart. So how can a city prosper like that when you got one city divided up by so many leaders? Um, and then another thing, the mayor, I guess he would be the leader of Patterson. Me personally, my personal point of view is that, and I don't know if it's racist or sound racist, but I think the person that's in charge should either be black or Hispanic, or they should have two mayors. But I definitely don't. I think they should have two mayors. I always felt like that, but I don't think that it should be somebody from another nationality running the city of Patterson. This prominently black or Hispanic or something, and then you got somebody from Bangladesh or somebody where running Patterson. That's my point of view. People probably wouldn't want to hear me talk like that in public, like that. I should believe there should be two mayors, and I should believe that it shouldn't be broken up into five wards. It should be one ward, and then the person that should be in charge should be black or Hispanic, or a black and a Hispanic. You know what I mean? Um, I just feel like with so much, with the Patterson divided into so many sections, that's why you got one good section and one bad section, one clean section and one dirty section, one prominent section and one low class section. You know what I mean? They all need to get together for one common goal, one common denominator, and I believe that then uh the people of Patterson to be doing something to improve the community. That's just how I feel.
Now, there's something to consider. You can have a mayor and a deputy mayor.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because that's
yeah,
been done before. That's been
yeah,
done. So rather than have the two mayor, you have the mayor and the deputy mayor. And
yep,
I agree with you that, you know, working in cohesion, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Collectively, working collectively, because the separation, sure, this is what you have. You have one ward doing better than the other ward, and one ward
mm-hmm,
getting more money than the other ward, and so
mm-hmm,
forth and so on. However, that's, in my opinion, is an American thing.
yeah,
You know, America came and start chopping stuff up, and they like to keep the division. The division creates the power structure.
yep,
Long as you can keep the people separated, those few people can always remain in power. Once
mm-hmm,
people unite for one common cause or one common goal, the power structure starts to crumble.
yep,
And the power structure know that, you know, along
yeah,
and that's the way the power structure in the machine. The machine has to be fed, and it gets fed by people falling through the cracks, you know? So
yeah.
that's
That's
just that's just what it is by design. This is for me, that's no accident. But you're absolutely right. You know, it would take, you know, just to be unified for the city. We want
yeah,
the best for the city. There's a lot of people in Patterson that truly wholeheartedly want the best for the city,
yeah. It is.
you know, and with those people, many of them are having separate journeys, separate ventures,
Yep.
instead of bringing those ventures together and just saying, look, we're going to operate as one. Go ahead.
And then that's what I was. That's why I was saying. Um, and then you got some people who just want what's best for their people. You know what I mean?
Right,
they
right.
could they could sugarcoat it and blindfold or whatever, but this is my ward, and this is my people, and I'm gonna be. All you gotta do is look and see. Look at 21st Ave, and
South
then
Patterson.
look at Main Street, like beyond St. Joseph, going to like between St. Joseph Hospital and uh White, like go not White Castle, Crooks Ave. You been through there
Okay,
lately?
yeah, yeah,
With
yeah,
a
like
with a
South
halal
Patterson area.
with a halal Chinese
Yeah,
restaurant at?
yeah, yeah. Of course, I see how it's like its own little city.
You see, have you seen them restaurants? I
Yeah,
never
of
been
course.
inside,
Yeah, yeah,
but the outside
yeah.
it looked like a
So,
rich
some like Las Vegas somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I definitely seen it. And trust me, what I said earlier is what they do. They band together,
Yeah.
put their money together through the mosque, mind
Yeah.
you, through the mosque, and then go to the Andre Sayer, present him with with what they want to do, and most times it get approved.
And then look at that Main Street, South Patterson. Look at 21st Ave, and then look at Broadway from I'll say from Summer Street to Madison Ave. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely,
those all different wards. You
right,
know what I mean? Because you would think in your mind that Broadway would look 10 times better than Main Street or 21st Ave. That's Broadway. Everybody
right,
know
right.
Broadway in New York. What? Nice, right? Broadway. Anywhere you go, Broadway is the main thing.
the
But look at
strip.
the but look at Broadway. You know what I mean? Anyway, we could
Well,
talk about that all day.
and yeah, and the thing and the reality is that you know I don't see anything wrong with people taking care of their people
Oh
because I
no.
look at people that you had shared ethnicity with is
Right.
like your extended family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing wrong with taking care of your extended family. However,
Nothing.
it's humane to do business with other people as well. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yep.
All right,
Good.
so
Good.
let's get to
All
you
right.
know, and we were talking about America and and how America creates certain techniques that they utilize
Mm-hmm.
to divide and conquer. But with that being said, do you think everyone should be required to stand during the national anthem?
No, because even though they call that the national anthem for the nation, I recently found out. Well, I knew, but I did some more um digging into it, and the national anthem was written by um a slave owner, a lady who hated slaves. Uh, and it's certain verses in that song that straight up tell you that. I can't remember right now. I think that people should be able to stand when they want and not stand when if they don't believe in it. Sure, I wasn't allowed to salute the flag when I was growing up. From being a Jehovah Witness, I couldn't salute the flag.
Mhm.
Uh, I didn't really understand it at that time because I was so young, and uh, my mother tried to explain it to me why we didn't do it and stuff like that. But I was young at the time. But I understand now. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's um praising praising a government or somebody. You know what I mean? And you got to be careful who you praise and who you look up to, because the same people you praising might be the same people who oppressing you. You know what I mean? Or out to get it. So basically, what I'm saying, I don't think that everybody should be required to stand during the national anthem. I believe that it's up to whatever your beliefs are, and your beliefs and your knowledge and how you feel about, and how you feel about the what the national anthem represents and stuff like that. What about you?
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. What is bombs bursting in the air, some stuff like that?
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
yeah. So yeah, it's kind of
yeah.
violent. You know what I mean? Okay,
I couldn't think
yeah,
of that a minute
yeah.
ago.
Gave through to that the flag was still there, some stuff
Yeah,
like that. Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean
yeah.
it. It for me, it doesn't represent everyone here.
Right.
It does to me. Uh, exclude certain people and it's inclusive on a certain mindset. You
Right.
know what I mean? So as you said, those who believe in it, fine. If you believe in it and you are a patriot to America, stand.
Mm-hmm.
Stand. Put your, and take your hat off, whatever it
Yeah.
is. But for me, I don't think America represents the ideals that she suggests that she's about.
Mm-hmm.
Liberty and justice for all. I don't see that. I don't see that happening for everyone in the same manner.
Right.
You know, so if it's liberty and justice for all, then that's what we want to see. You know,
Yeah.
and as it says, innocent until proven guilty. That's what we would like to see. However, from what I've experienced and seen, is guilty until proven innocent in certain situations. You know, in
Mm.
most situations when it comes to certain people and certain ethnicities. So no, I agree. No, I don't think you should stand for it if you don't believe in it
And what?
because you're being a hypocrite. Go ahead.
And one more quick thing too. Them telling, well, us black people to the salute they flag, honor their national anthem when we know what it means. That's like telling a Jewish person to stand up while a Germans sing their national anthem. You know what I mean? After every with the Holocaust and everything that the Germans did to the Jews, they don't ask them to stand up for the, you know what I mean, for the German national anthem. So why they want? I'm talking about the black people. Why they want black
No,
people to stand
absolutely.
up for the
Eh,
they want us to stand up for the country and another thing is real quick is that it ain't even they like a lot of people like to say this somebody told me when they go back to your own country. It's not even a country. You know what I
right,
mean? They
right,
they they stole it from the Indians.
right.
You know they the white man stole this land from Indians. So it's really not even a land to say go back to wherever you came from. But anyway, I just wanted to get the point of view on representing the national
Yeah,
anthem.
yeah. No, that was a good point. You know, because when you said that, I thought about having a Jew salute the swastika.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's the same thing.
Right, right. You're going to stand
Yeah,
up and hold your hand to your heart and salute the swastika? Come on, that's how we feel
yeah,
with the
because
flag. Some
you
of us,
just
anyway.
you just said it. You just said it. What you just said that the song say liberty and justice for all, something like that.
Bombs bursting in there, we gave through to the
Yeah.
flag was still there. You know, come on.
Oh yeah, all right. Let's keep it moving. Um, do okay. Um, this is a good one. Um, do you think a person should take time to love themselves after a breakup?
Uh, I truly do think a person should take some time to love on themselves after a breakup, no matter whether it's a healthy or unhealthy breakup. I think if people took time to love on themselves rather than pursue another relationship right after a breakup, there would be a lot less brokenhearted people around. Because face it, whenever you break up from a relationship, especially a long term relationship, there's
Mm-hmm.
still some residual energy that you're taking with you to the new relationship from the old relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't get the chance to work through that energy and those emotions and feelings and really get yourself grounded with loving on yourself, appreciating yourself, and really looking at even if it ended, no matter what part you played and what part the person played, because most times when there's a breakup, most people looking at what the other person did or didn't do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
However, very few of us, I believe, look at what we contributed or what we could have or didn't contribute to it. Because if we don't
Mm-hmm.
repair some of our behaviors then you have what you have now, a bunch of people in and out of relationships, coming into relationships broken and leaving more broken than they were before they came into the relationship. So yeah, I do
Hmm.
think that, you know, people should take some time to love on themselves, because especially the more you love you, I personally believe the more easier it is for someone else to love you. You know,
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
that's that's my view. That's my opinion on it. What do you think?
Um, I think that I agree because I be when people when after a breakup, you should take time. You should take time to love yourself. You should take time to find out about yourself. You should take time. You should just take time to find out a lot. Love you on yourself, and find out a lot about yourself because most of the time people don't do it. They be in such either uh so vulnerable, you know, because a lot of people believe it or not, a lot of people believe that they can't be alone, or they don't they don't they don't they don't like being alone. So they think they gotta have somebody with them at all times. I gotta have a man, or I gotta have a woman, or I gotta have a companion, or I gotta have a sex partner. I gotta have a booty call. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And right after relationships, you have to take out time to love on yourself because you gotta think you just was giving half of that to somebody else, or sometimes all of that to somebody else. Um, you ever seen somebody? You ever seen somebody leave a relationship and they look beat down? They just look worn out. Like like most of the time it's ladies, unfortunately, but most sometimes you could look at a woman and she been in a 5 year or a 10 year relationship, 15 or whatever, and like her whole physical structure, appearance is just beat down. You know what I mean? You could tell that their whole world and everything has been beat down mentally and physically. So in order for them to get that back, I mean, they you got to take time out and love yourself. You know what I mean? To find out. I guess to find out and make sure it don't happen again. You know what I mean? That nothing the breakups don't happen if you're trying to keep your relationships in order. But yeah, I agree with you though. Yeah, you need time to love on yourself, not only because you you're gonna be vulnerable, um, not only because you're gonna be alone or you're gonna be hurt or brokenhearted or whatever the case may be. You just you need time to love on yourself, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't do that. You know,
You
including me.
Yeah, hey, you made a good point when you like, okay, when the relationship has taken a extreme toll on you, you know,
Right.
and you're, as I've said, like you broke it. You come out of the relationship and you're broken. You need time to first relearn yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Learn what you want, learn what you don't want, learn what you're going to tolerate, learn what you're not going to tolerate, learn what type of person you're actually looking for. Because if you come out of a relationship, my my opinion, any and every relationship a person becomes involved in, the ultimate goal is to be better than you were prior to that relationship. That's
Of
the goal.
course.
If you're not
Mm-hmm.
coming out of the relationship better, knowing yourself even more, then you're you're missing the point of relationships. You're looking for the
Mm-hmm.
wrong thing from a relationship. You know,
Yep.
so it's just a matter of, you know, gaining the proper perspective and realizing, okay, if this broke you down to almost nothing, then you need to watch whatever that was, because sometimes people date the same person just in a different form. You know, the same type of
Mm-hmm.
personality, they just keep going to the same type of personality. And then they wonder
Yep.
why, you know, why they're having such a bad time with relationships. Yeah, because you keep picking the same type of person and you're
Mm-hmm.
getting the same results. So eventually, once you start changing within yourself, you're going to attract something differently, and you're going to be attracted to something differently. You know, and that's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I
Okay.
definitely agree.
All right, we still, you know, want to get back on America again, and you kind of touched on this, but the question is, who does America really belong
Yeah, oh yeah, I did touch on that.
to?
Um um it always seemed like our questions go boom, boom, boom. Um well, definitely it definitely wasn't discovered by Christopher Columbus. That we know that for a fact. Um what did Malcolm X say? You didn't land
You
on
didn't land
Plymouth
on
Rock,
Plymouth
Planet
Rock,
Rock.
Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Yeah. Um it definitely don't it definitely doesn't belong to the white people. Um and we were brought here. Um so from what I know, what I've been told, it belongs to the Indians. They were here, and then the white people came and tricked them out of, stole a lot of it, and then tricked them out of the rest of it. Um so I would say that it belonged to the Indians, but it definitely don't belong to the white people. Um, yeah, I'll say the Indians. Yeah. What about you?
I say we've been, you know, that's why I came up with Peep Game, because I've been peeping the game that's been played on us. I mean, all of us, not, you know, not just black people, but all people in America. The game has been played. First of all, when you say Indians, okay, we know India exists, and we know people are named after the place that they live. So if this is America, how come we have India on the other side of the world? If when we talk about the Indians had this land,
Mm-hmm.
that's the first thing. So that was a name that was created by America to swindle the real indigenous people out of the land by changing the identity of the true people who were the owners of the land and calling them Indians, calling them black, calling them African American, calling them Negroes, calling them colored. See, the biggest game that America played on us is, as you said, made us believe that we all were brought here on slave ships so that we wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
know that our ancestors were the true owners of this land. You know, if you look it up, you look up Black Moors, they took the Moors off and just gave us the black. You know what I mean? Just kept calling us black. So what that meant is the year 711, our ancestors was here. They didn't come here till like the 16, 1700s. And even though they say 1492, even if they came in 1492. Our ancestors was here 700 years prior to that.
Mm,
So I would say that the land belongs to the Moors, the AKA the black man,
mm,
the AKA,
mm.
we, colored people, the AKA, African American and all of that. The land belongs to
Yeah.
us. And the even more intriguing part about it is there's documentation that helps to explain that the land belongs to the Moors. So that was a good question, and I think
Yeah, that's
we
I
all
res-
of us who consider ourselves American need to do more research in that so that we can really
true,
have clarity on,
true.
okay, who the land truly belongs to and who truly should be the sovereign of the land. And
That's
that's not my
positive.
opinion. Those are facts.
No, that's true. I respect that.
You know?
I definitely respect that point of view.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
this is an old saying right here. It remind me of Las Vegas a little bit. But do you think that what goes on in the house should stay in the house or stays in the house?
As you said, that was a saying we grew up hearing. What goes on in this house, stay in the house. Don't you know what I mean? Don't take nothing out this house. And when you were younger, you it kind of in a strange way made sense to you because you was like, well, I can't say nothing about what's going on in the house, this, that, and the other. But the reality is, what goes on in the house, from what I have observed, spills out in the streets. And let
Mm,
me let me clarify it. If you have an individual who doesn't have anything to eat in their home and they leave their home, what do you think their intention is going to be? To get something to eat. They're going to get
mm-hmm.
something to eat by, especially after they become a certain age. Even when they're younger, they'll go to a store and start trying to steal something if they can't buy it. Or they'll carry some bags or something to try to get some money to get something to eat. So it doesn't stay in the house. And individuals who have been raised in a certain manner, real courteous and real kind, normally they're going to take that out to the street, being courteous and kind, because that's what they had in the house. If you've been
Right.
a person that grew up in violence in your house, then 9 out of 10 times you're going to take that violence to the street. So, based on what I've observed, what goes in the house don't always stay in the house. you know, and it spills out in the street, and also the streets can spill back into the home. But no, I would say no, it doesn't always stay in the house. What do you think?
Um. Uh. It's like you said. That was an old saying. Uh. What stay in this house better, boy? What I said here, what I doing here better stay in here. But now that I'm older, and I got my own mind, my own way of thinking, I don't think that that's always true. Uh, why I say that is because we living in a real world where you got good people and you got bad people. You got abusive people and not abusive people. You got drug addicts and not drug addicts. You got uh it's just so many different things that you might have in the house. Um, and it's no rule book for being a parent. I always say that. There's no rule book. You just got to do the best that you can. Years ago, it might have been easier for a stepfather to be molesting the daughters, and they grow up to have his babies, and it all stayed in the house. And a lot of us at our age, we up there. A lot of I bet you know, just like I know, people who thought they sister, somebody was their sister or their aunt, but it was their mother.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? You maybe thought a brother, and you might have thought y'all had the same father, and then you found out you didn't. You know what I mean? You could have had you know how it goes,
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
in all that's in all nationality. Like, oh, you not my aunt. I grew up thinking you was my aunt or my sister, but you my mother. You know what I mean? So I think that more applied years ago more than now, um, because of the times and how much times have changed, and there's so much different stuff going on with agencies and too many places to get help, and you can't beat kids anymore, and kids got so many more outlets to go to if they being touched or they being abused, you know what I mean? And then they see too much on the internet, and they know that, like, the internet is raising kids now, you know what I mean? So with that being said, I don't really think nothing stays, I don't believe nothing stay in the house, and I don't believe it should stay in the house. You know what I mean? Because if it's something bad, I don't believe it should stay in the house. You know what I mean? So I just 2026, I don't think so.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
funny that you mentioned, about the sister being the mother. You know, that's
Yeah,
I kind of spoke about that in the book about where uh, when a person got pregnant, they would send the person off to have the baby. Nobody would know, and then when they came back, the parents would take ownership of the baby. So yeah, I remember those times where that was something prevalent. That really was something that took place. So now, yeah,
yeah,
and the other thing you said about the internet raising the children, I also mentioned
yeah,
in the book that the tablets were the babysitters. The
yeah,
tablets and everything was babysitting the children. Tablets and phones was babysitting the children. So
yeah. Now you know how many times they say, "Oh, all you gotta do is give him a 2-year old or three. All you gotta do is give him that boy the tablet or that girl a tablet. Then sit there all day long, won't say a word. You know what I mean? You give a kid a tablet and probably go down south and come, they still be sitting there playing with the tablet. Drop somebody off in Baltimore and come right back, and they'll still be playing with the tablet. But yeah,
yeah,
that's how I feel about it.
yeah. Okay, we got 2 minutes. We might as well run this last question. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what is the first thing come to mind when you meet a woman? Since we was talking about women and having babies, what is the first thing come to your mind when you meet a woman that has multiple children by multiple men?
Um, I thought about that, and I think it's different levels to that. That I think that go by your age group, cause in your teens, and you if you met a girl that had babies by different multiple men, you might be more easy to call her out of her name. Then as you get in your 20s, you might feel like not calling out her name, but you don't want to mess around with nobody like that. Then you get in your 30s, You now you get more mature. You might give her a little bit, you know, somebody that I have sex with, but I'm not gonna wife them. You know what I mean? Then in your 40s, I think you more mature where you be like, oh, I could be the stepfather of all them kids. You know what I mean? And then in the 50s and the more older you get, I think the less severity it has. Not in factual looking at it, but in your mature mind as a man now. You know what I mean? Um, but I think the younger you are, the younger the man is, I think the more harsh or harder he looks at a woman who got multiple kids by multiple baby fathers. You know what I mean? I think the older the man get, maybe the maybe he looks at it maybe like a little bit more mature, like not good, but just a little bit more mature. So I would say it's different levels to that. I know we don't got much time, but
No,
I'll
no,
let
we
you
do.
close
I
it
made a
out.
mistake. We got 9 minutes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I made a mistake.
all
We
right.
got
So
9 minutes.
yeah, that's about what my phone gonna give me too, is blinking with the battery. But well, that's how I feel like. I feel like the way you look at a woman with multiple kids with multiple baby fathers when you in your 20s is different from how you're gonna look at them, a woman with multiple kids and multiple baby, when you in your 40s or 50s or your 60s. You know what I mean? So you don't never really want to discredit anybody, or because you don't really know people circumstances, or nothing like that, or you don't know how people was raised. And some people like to say, she just like her mother. Her mother had a lot of kids by different men, she had a lot of kids by different men. You know, so or everybody who had sex with her knocked her up, or everybody she fell in love with she had a baby by. But then again, you got to flip it sometime and think about, maybe it ain't the woman's fault. Maybe she was sincerely and genuinely in love with a guy and got pregnant and he left. But she loved him and she wanted to be his a wife and she wanted a family with him, but he just hit and run. And then she met somebody else, and then maybe she thought that was the one, and she had a baby by him, and then she found out he wasn't nothing. You know what I mean? And then before she know it, she got two and three and four kids. But you still have to take it on like this. It's a little bit irresponsible, and it's a little bit I don't know if it's naive or foolish. It's a little bit I don't know the right word. I guess it's a little bit I don't want to say whorish, but I guess it's a little bit I
Well,
guess it's a little
naive
bit of
is not
everything, right?
naive is not a bad word. Naive,
Yeah.
to as you were suggesting that she may have been naive to believe that the person that they was going to be there, and
Yeah.
we know for facts that guys have done that, feed
Yeah.
women a line, and sometimes their intentions were honorable. They really
Yeah.
intended to be there, but circumstances came and they wasn't able to cut it and they bounced.
That's true.
You know?
But yeah, so that's that. I just think, I mean, shit, I look at me, I married somebody with multiple kids with multiple women, and at the age I was at, I didn't really, I guess because the kids was grown, so it didn't affect me as much. Then to have like four or five little toddlers running around, so that would be different. But it's a lot of ways to look at that, you know what I mean, and talk about it. But what you think? Because I know we're running out of time.
Yeah, I think you made a good point
Oh no,
with.
what do you? What's the first thing you think about
The
when you
first thing I think about
when you?
is when I see that, you know, I guess because I'm kind of biased because you know my mom had was that way, so I feel like
Yeah,
you know they got caught up and had babies. You know what I mean? That's you know.
yeah,
So I have a empathy based on my mom having multiple of us with different fathers. So
yeah,
I have empathy
yeah.
for that. So I don't look at them like that. But however, your point where you just said, depending on your age, depends on your tolerance for it. You know,
Mm,
as you get older, the children are older. So it's less that you have to deal with. Like you said, when you married your wife, the children were grown. So you didn't
yeah,
have to deal with the little baby stuff and, you know, Pampers and milk and crying babies in the night. So all of that plays a
yeah.
part in your tolerance level of how you want to deal with that. You know what I mean? So the younger they are, yeah, normally the younger the children are. So yeah, if you don't have the tolerance, especially I would say if a man met a woman and he didn't have any children and she has multiple children
Mm,
by multiple guys, of course, most guys are going to be reluctant to try to
right.
pursue something permanently because now they say, man, if she got four children and I pursue her, now she's gonna have five. And now I'm gonna be stuck taking care of five children. You know what I mean? So it has this drawbacks, you know, but as you said, it's necessary for us to consider that there are plenty of occasions where guys feed the woman a line saying they're going to be there and then they bounce and don't do nothing, you know,
Yeah,
and that's unfortunate for the children as well as the woman. You know what I'm saying? Because the
right.
children suffer. My thing is, even if you're unable to make it with the person, somehow find a way to be able to co-parent for the children's sake. That's my opinion of when it comes to that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and you know we forgot again to give the people the number to
Well,
call in.
oh yeah,
we,
I forgot.
we, yeah, we forgot
We
again.
be
We
we
do
be
that.
talking so much.
Yeah, we got it. We got it. We got to start doing that, giving you guys a chance to call in and view your point of view and things of that nature. You know, so we only got 2 minutes left, but we truly appreciate you guys and ladies for taking the time to spend with us today. We know you could have been anywhere doing anything, but you took some time to be here with us, and for that we're grateful. You know, so let the people know about tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night I'll be on. Keeping it real at 9:45. It actually been the last couple of weeks. I actually had some pretty cool shows. I'm really proud of the last couple of shows. Well, I fell asleep on one, but I'm proud of the last couple of shows I had, and also I got the on Sundays I got the Jay Sean's food tasting Sundays. I'm really enjoying that show more than I thought I would, but it's I really found a niche for it. It's at the bad time when I'm trying to lose weight, but I really I really enjoy that show. And I got people, they sending in different restaurants for me to go to, and
Okay,
stuff like that. And hopefully I could build it up where I could get paid. To
do
do
some
everything
tasting,
is
right?
always everything is
Hey,
always about the dollar bill. You know what
hey,
I mean?
I ain't mad at you, brother. I'm not mad at you. You know, and speaking of that, Should have
Um,
should have a show coming up. The 17th Ave Investment Group presents the 17th Ave Family
yeah,
with Big Muz and Shadi Ali with me. You know,
yeah.
Big Muz, aka Joaquin.
Oh, what's good
Yeah,
here? I saw the damn, the what you made, the crab cakes
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. You
What
saw the
was it?
crab cakes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think you showed them after or before.
I showed them
After, right?
before I baked them,
Bef-
and then after I baked them.
yeah, I don't think I seen the before. Either I saw the after and then see the before, or I saw the before and then see the after. I can't really remember.
Yeah,
After, was they dark or was they light?
they were darker. They were a little darker.
Okay, I saw the before then. I didn't get
Okay.
to see the after yet, but I
Yeah.
wanted to. I was trying to look that up if I could,
Yeah, yeah. They
if I could see the after.
salmon, shrimp, salmon shrimp cakes, salmon shrimp cakes.
Salmon shrimp cakes, salmon shrimp cakes. Yeah,
Yeah, salmon shrimp
that sound
cakes.
that sound that sound good.
Believe it or not, they were really good.
They
Salmon, and
was.
then the last time I made them, I made salmon shrimp with lobster. Salmon shrimp and lobster cakes came out good.
Muzz is in Newark, right? Big Muzz,
Yeah, yeah,
Joaquin. Oh,
yeah.
tell he on the show.
We supposed to be starting the show Sunday. Since you
Oh,
spoke about Sunday, it reminded me we supposed to be starting the show Sunday.
oh, okay. No, I thought he was on. I was getting ready to tell him send me a soul food restaurant in Newark.
He
Because
might be on. You know, because
because
I can't
people be,
right
you
because
can't
I
see
can't
it.
tell who on YouTube. You know what I mean? I can see people on Facebook, but YouTube I
Yeah.
can't tell.
People been sending me a lot of restaurants to go to. So, so far, as of right now, I'm gonna be going to Miss T's in Montclair, but it's not official. Last week I went to Harrison, New Jersey, to Five Guys, but this week I'm supposed to be going to. So far, unless something change, I'll be going to Miss T's Soul Food Restaurant in Montclair. Unless something change. If something changes, then I'll be going somewhere else. Maybe I'll be going to a restaurant in Newark or New York or Harlem. Or, like I told, I'll travel. So hopefully, like I said, the traveling will be. If I could get paid for it, some sponsors or some donations or whatever. I'll come to a restaurant near you.
Okay,
That's my
guys
plan.
and ladies,
That's my plan.
you
That's my
heard
plan.
that. Send them. Where can they send it to? Where can they send their requests and donations or whatever? Let the people
Oh,
know
they could
before
send
we
they could send a
say
restaurant. They could DM me on Facebook for the restaurant. Randy J. Sean Jackson. They could cash at me at $ J Sean JJ $ Sean JJ. And like I said, I'll travel. I don't care about that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
spell that out for them in case they don't.
oh, $JASHON J Sean JJ. And the thing is, because you might got some family members that got a restaurant, you know what I mean, and or something like that. Just let me know, and I'm gonna run this through the summer. So I'm gonna be,
Hey,
and
yeah.
it's not only soul food. I'm gonna be doing Peruvian food, Jamaican food, Philippine food.
Cuisine. You're
Uh,
doing
uh,
good cuisine, whatever.
yeah, I'm gonna do it all. I mean, I'm not just gonna hit Wendy's and McDonald's or stuff like that. Everybody know about those. I'm gonna be doing personal stuff like somebody know, oh, my family member got a soul food restaurant here, or I know some good food there, and I'm really proud of that show. Friday
Hey,
show.
I'm proud
I
of
do
you
that for
too, brother.
fun.
That sounds good.
Thanks.
It's some
Yeah.
something to pursue. That's what I say being innovative. You know what I mean? You got to be innovative.
We keep doing like Friday nights. That's just my party night. I come on there. I drink once a week. I party with everybody, get crazy, and stuff like that. But my food show, I take that serious.
That's what's up.
I take
Yeah,
my food
that's what's
I
up.
take my food show serious. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, well, that's
I'll
what's
be at a
up, man.
restaurant near you. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what's up, man. And I'm still working Chef Boyshai D out. You know what I mean? As you see,
yeah,
I post little stuff, so I'm still working the
yeah.
kinks out of that.
What you
Chef
gonna cook
Boyshai
next?
D, huh?
What you gonna
Matter
cook
of
next?
fact, I'm going to cook some sweet potato cornbread. That's going to be the next thing that I'm gonna cook. Some sweet potato cornbread. I'm gonna bake some sweet potato cornbread.
Sweet potato cornbread.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
it sound good.
Yeah. The last thing that I
It's
posted.
a it's one of your own
Well,
specialties or
well,
novelties
it's
or
something.
something you grew up
It's
on.
something Joaquin told me about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he says his mom used to make it. So he give me a recipe. I check it out, and then I'm on it.
Okay, all right.
I'm always looking to add some new stuff to the menu. Plus, when you look at bread in the store and all that kind of stuff, I'm getting to the point where I want to make my own bread as much as possible.
Yeah. A
You know,
doctor told me don't even eat bread no more. Like
yeah,
the buying it from the stores.
right,
Yeah, I don't know. That's what he told me. He
yeah,
said the bread coming from other countries ain't good.
yeah. Well,
And
yeah, the
he
bread,
whispered that to me.
yeah. The other time, the last video I posted of me baking something was the hard dough bread. The hard dough bread is Jamaican bread. Like when you go and you see
Oh,
them have
okay.
that big bread with the cheese on it.
Yeah, yeah, I still like that.
Yeah, that's what I made. I made some of that the other night, some hard dough bread.
I used to like that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm striving to do, man. I'm striving to, stay away as much as possible from processed stuff and process it myself. That's it.
Yeah, I still make them burgers you told me about, baking them burgers with the onions and stuff in it. I
Yeah,
still make those sometimes.
stick 'em, you stick them in your air fryer.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Because I
yeah,
was baking them in the oven, but now I put them in the air fryer.
yeah. I mean, it's that's what's up, man. Because it's
Yeah,
important right now where we at in our age and your lifestyle to feed our machine properly. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You're not trying to put sugar in your gas tank, so you know what I'm saying. So be mindful of what you're trying to put in your body because you don't want to ruin your car. So you don't want to ruin your body. Just be you. We got to be mindful of what we put in.
You know what I know I done fell in love with? I done fell in love with walking. I go to the
Okay.
park like three times a week, and I walk around it like three times. I use my watch, so I do like 1.64 miles in like between 30 and 35 minutes. Burn like about 500 calories. Take like 3,020 something steps, but I never really was into jogging and stuff like that, but now for some reason I fell in love with walking. I just
Hey,
throw my headphones on and
yeah,
just
that's
do it.
great.
You know what I
That's
mean?
great. That's great. I be
Yeah.
doing a little Tai Chi. I got down. I done
Oh,
got down to the weight that you was looking to get down to.
which one? 210?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't. That's the only thing I'm having so much trouble losing weight. I don't know, man. I'm just having trouble. I'm working. I've been going to gym now about 4 months. I'm walking,
Wow.
but I guess I'm still not doing something. Probably the
Well,
snacking at night or something.
yeah, the thing is consistency, man. I've been doing this for a minute to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I've been, you
yes.
know,
At our age, that Chat GBD says it's gonna take more time at our age. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So you gotta just stay consistent with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah. You gotta, you can't
I'm.
do what you normally do. Take the winter off. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. Can't take the winter
that's
off.
what
You gotta keep going.
that's what I've been doing my whole life from growing up the 20s and the 30s. I always
Right.
took the winter off. Then about wait, about April, May, June. I used to always start like March, April, May, or May, March, April, May, June, 3 months before the summer, and then I was okay. I had my arms was big, and that was all I wanted.
Yeah.
I ain't care about my skinny legs or nothing.
So I try to be consistent, watch what I eat, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
just that's it. And I've been doing it for a minute, man, staying consistent with it. But
So what? Where you went to 210 from? Where you was at?
two, I, when we first moved down here, I was 245. When we first
Whoa.
moved down here, then I was 225 for a while. Went down to
Yeah.
220, 215. Now like 210.
That's good. And you don't jog or nothing?
Oh, I do work. I do workouts. I do I, Tai Chi, cardio, stepping. You know what I mean? I do probably like 5,000 steps a day, every other day. You know what I mean? Jumping
Okay.
jacks, knee ups. No, I
Oh, you
put
do
some
all
work in.
okay.
Nah, it ain't just
Yeah.
I'm just it's just falling off. There's some there's some
Yeah.
consistency and work involved with it,
At
and
our
eating
age,
differently. You know?
yeah, that's my problem. That's my problem. That
Yeah.
late night. I'm getting ready to eat something when we get off this show. I'm
Well,
hungry.
the thing is, start getting yourself some nuts. You know what I mean? Mixed nuts,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Get you some mixed nuts, eat those, drink you some water. Start doing that.
Yeah.
And start trying to eat your dinner at least the latest by 6. You know what I
Wow.
mean? The latest by 6. Every now and then you
Yeah.
can, do it like now, but like now, it's gonna sit on you. It's nine
Yeah.
o'clock. It's gonna sit.
I think I'm gonna have me some cucumbers with vinegar and pepper.
Hey, yeah, that'll work for this time of night. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna eat some. I got some beans and rice, but I don't think I'm gonna eat that. I
Nah,
think I'm gonna
nah,
eat some
nah.
cucumbers.
Say that for tomorrow, man. Say that for tomorrow.
All
Your body will thank you.
right.
Your body will thank you.
Yeah, I'll
Trust me.
save it. I'll save it for tomorrow. Make me some cucumbers and eat
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's a good look. That'll work for you. All right,
Yeah.
brothers. All
All
right,
right,
people.
y'all.
We appreciate y'all. Till next week. Life is love, love life, and stay up.
Peace.
Peace.